Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into what is honestly one of the greatest, most unbelievable true crime-style mysteries sitting right at the center of modern finance. We're talking about the crazy story of Bitcoin's creator and the massive, enduring mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto. Seriously, buckle up, because this story literally has it all. Global panic, a secret identity, a total vanishing act, and billions of dollars left completely untouched. So to really get why this matters, we have to rewind a bit. The year is 2008, and man, the world was in absolute, terrifying chaos. You probably remember it. Massive, historic banks were collapsing overnight. Millions of people globally were losing their jobs, their homes, their life savings. Trust in the entire financial system was just gone. It hit rock bottom. But right in the middle of all that panic and darkness, well, a ghost stepped in to fix it. Part 1, the 2008 financial chaos. A broken world that desperately needed a completely new kind of system. It's honestly crazy how fast this timeline played out. Right as the global financial meltdown was peaking in late 2008, something totally unbelievable happened. A person, or hey, maybe even a group of people, using the fake name Satoshi Nakamoto, quietly published a document online. It wasn't some massive textbook either. It was literally just a 9-page document, now famous as the Bitcoin white paper. Fast forward just a few months to January 2009, and this unknown entity actually launched the Bitcoin network. Right in the middle of global financial ruin, an absolute nobody casually drops a revolutionary piece of technology onto the internet. Enter Satoshi Nakamoto, the anonymous genius behind an invention that, honestly, almost nobody paid attention to at first. But what Satoshi proposed was a total game changer. Look at the stark contrast here. The old system, the one that was literally collapsing at the time, relied 100% on banks and governments acting as these wealthy middlemen to process and verify our money. Satoshi's new system, it bypassed them entirely. It created a peer-to-peer network with zero gatekeepers, no banks, no governments, absolutely no middlemen. And Satoshi actually permanently stamped this motivation right into the tech itself. When the network launched in January 2009, the very first digital block of data was created, known as the Genesis block. And hidden deep inside that block was a secret message, kind of like a clue left at a crime scene. It was a newspaper headline. The Times 03/Jan/2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. For a lot of people, this was Satoshi's super direct way of pointing at the collapsing economy and saying, look, the world desperately needs a new financial system. Which brings us to part 3, the sudden vanishing act. Moving from a hugely successful launch to some incredibly secretive behavior. So for nearly 2 years, Satoshi Nakamoto had this incredible run. They tirelessly collaborated with other programmers, tweaked the software, and answered questions on online forums. But here's the wild part. Nobody actually knew who they were interacting with. Satoshi operated completely as a faceless digital avatar. We're talking 0 photos, 0 interviews, 0 public appearances, just raw code and forum posts. Then, in 2010, things get even stranger. Satoshi just starts to fade away. The online chats dry up, and then in one of the final emails ever sent to the dev team, Satoshi casually writes that it was time to move on to other things. And that was it. Just like that, after building this revolutionary financial network, the creator of Bitcoin vanished from the internet. Completely. No one has heard a single thing from Satoshi Nakamoto since. Now for part 4, the billion-dollar ghost. Because the stakes today, they are absolutely staggering. 1 million. Just pause for a second and let that number really sink in. This mystery gets infinitely bigger when you look at the public blockchain data. You see, early on, Satoshi mined a massive amount of Bitcoin, and experts estimate they own around 1 million of them. Today, that fortune is worth tens of billions of dollars. But here is the kicker. Not a single one of those coins has ever been moved. Not 1 cent. I mean, just imagine it. Imagine holding billions of dollars. Wealth that could buy you islands or completely alter your family's destiny for generations, and you never touch it. Why walk away from that? Did they lose the passwords? Did they pass away? Or are they just out there somewhere, silently watching from afar? Obviously, human curiosity just can't let a secret like this go. Over the years, the suspect list has included all sorts of brilliant minds: elite computer scientists, legendary cryptographers, incredibly wealthy tech entrepreneurs. There have been these massive, intense media frenzies pointing fingers at specific people. But guess what? Absolutely none of these claims have ever been proven. Not one. Let's wrap things up with part 5, the enduring mystery, the lasting impact of an anonymous genius who changed finance forever. This whole saga has left us with arguably the biggest mystery in modern technology. Who actually created Bitcoin? Was Satoshi one isolated genius typing away in a basement, a highly coordinated secret group of developers, or just someone who wanted to fundamentally change the world and then slip out the back door forever? We just don't know. But the undeniable truth is this: Bitcoin changed the financial landscape forever. A total ghost, someone with zero public identity, created an invention that challenged the world's biggest banks, powerful governments, and the entire structure of the global economy. And that leaves us with perhaps the greatest paradox of all. Think about it. If Satoshi Nakamoto were to suddenly step forward and reveal their true identity tomorrow, what would actually happen? Would putting a real face to the creator make Bitcoin stronger and more legitimate? Or is its totally ownerless nature exactly what gives it its power? If the mystery finally ended, would the magic end right along with it? Thanks so much for joining me on today's Explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will catch you on the next one. Welcome to this Explainer. Today, we're stripping away all that confusing tech jargon to answer one massive question: what is Bitcoin? It's the digital gold, and honestly, it's the story that forever changed the way the world thinks about money. Let's jump right in.
Okay, picture this. It's the year 2010. Somebody decides to take a massive leap of faith and drops just $100 into this mysterious new internet project called Bitcoin. Now, $100 might not sound like a huge deal today, but back then, it was an enormous leap into the complete unknown.
I mean, their friends were literally laughing at them. Family members were probably saying, "You're wasting your cash on some obscure corner of the internet." But fast forward to today, that exact same $100 investment, it's worth thousands, even millions of dollars. It's absolutely wild. And that staggering transformation begs the question: what exactly is this thing? Let's start with part 1, born from crisis, the origin of Bitcoin. You see, to truly understand Bitcoin, we actually have to go back and look at why it was created in the first place. The story really kicks off in 2008. If you remember, the world was facing a massive, historic financial crisis. Banks were collapsing left and right, everyday people were losing their jobs, and public trust in traditional money was just plummeting. Right in the middle of all that chaos, an anonymous person, or maybe a group of people, we still don't really know, using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, introduced a radical idea. They proposed a brand new digital currency that absolutely no government and no central bank could control. Which brings us to part 2, the giant digital notebook and how Bitcoin actually works. So here's the catch with Bitcoin. It exists entirely on the internet. You can't hold it in your hand like a dollar bill or a coin. Instead, it lives on this revolutionary piece of technology called the blockchain. Now, don't let the word blockchain intimidate you. Just think of it as an enormous, globally shared digital notebook. Every single Bitcoin transaction ever made is permanently recorded in this notebook, and millions of computers around the world keep exact, perfectly synchronized copies of it.
Let's see how that works in action. Step 1, a transaction happens. Step 2, it gets securely recorded into that giant digital notebook. And then step 3, and this is where the real magic happens, millions of computers instantly copy and verify that exact record. Because everyone holds the exact same ledger at the exact same time, trying to fake a transaction is virtually impossible. The network secures itself just by being totally 100% transparent. Moving on to part 3, digital gold scarcity and why it holds value.
Now, you might be wondering, what actually gives this internet money its incredible value? Well, it basically comes down to one crucial number: 21 million. That is the hard cap. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. Period. The system is mathematically locked. Absolutely no one, not a tech CEO, not a government, not a central bank, can just turn on a printer and make more of it. And because of that strictly limited supply, investors started using this very famous nickname for it: digital gold. Think about it. Just like physical gold is rare and you have to expend all this effort to pull it from the earth, Bitcoin is designed to be completely scarce, just in the digital realm. Its immense value comes directly from that mathematically designed scarcity. Okay, let's get into part 4, growth, volatility, and risk, the reality of investing.
When this revolutionary tech actually collided with the real financial world, well, things got a little chaotic. Over the years, Bitcoin went from being worth literally mere pennies to becoming one of the most talked about, highly valued assets on Earth. But, and this is a massive but, Bitcoin is highly volatile. While some people absolutely view it as the ultimate future of money, the reality right now is that the price can skyrocket in a matter of days and then turn around and crash just as fast in the blink of an eye. Because of that wild volatility, there are a couple of ultimate smart investing rules you absolutely have to follow in this space. Rule number 1, always do your own research. You have to understand what you're buying. And rule number 2, which honestly is the golden rule, never put in money you cannot afford to lose. The potential for a high reward here always comes with an equally high level of risk. Finally, part 5, a global financial revolution, from experiment to phenomenon.
It is crazy to think about, but what began as this tiny, obscure experiment by a mysterious creator on a cryptography mailing list is now owned by massive companies, Wall Street institutions, and millions of everyday people around the globe. Which really leaves us with one massive question to wrap up this explainer. Is Bitcoin just another highly volatile investment to be traded, or are we literally looking at the future of money? Only time will tell us the true answer to that. But one thing is for sure, Bitcoin has already permanently changed the way the world thinks about money.